Back to our tutorials. Today I will be going through with you a really cool use case of automatically sending reminder emails to your clients or even to yourselves. And my use case today is sending it based on the number of days left. So it's going to be based on the 30 days, 10 days, 3 days and 1 day. I'm going to go through a demo with you first, showing you how it works. So I'm going to run the code. And then you can see the timestamp of the 2 emails that is being sent. Now when I go to my inbox, I can see that there are 2 emails, and you can see that it shows 10 days left, and it's telling Eric, hey, your membership is expiring in 10 days, and this is in line with the data over here. Then the next one is with Bill, which is 30 days, and when I go back to my inbox over here, and I can see Bill has membership B, 30 days left. Alright, first things first, before we go into the code, make sure you have your sheet set up with all the columns. So for me here, I have the name of the contract, the client name, the client's email, the start date of the membership, the end date, and also the number of days left. This one is being calculated with a formula. You can see it's equal number of days with the end date, and also comparing it with today's date, and that's how you get the number of days left. Then I have the 4 columns over here I added in to have the 4 reminder emails that I'm sending out based on the number of days here. And make sure your column type has also been updated. Okay, so you can do it the same. If you do not know how to convert your raw data into a table, you can see there's a raw table. If you don't know how to convert this, just highlight it, right click, and then click convert to table. Okay, let's jump into the code. Click on extensions, app script, and then it will open up over here. This function that I've created is called send contract reminders. You can call it however you like. It's just the name of the function that you're going to select and run later on. The first line of code over here that says sheet, so you're telling the code to get the active sheet that you're currently open right now. Then it's going to get all the data that is within the sheet and get the date, today's date, and then also putting in the number of days that you want it to look out for. So for me, in this use case, I'm looking out for 30, 10, 3, and 1. If you're looking at sending out the emails on different days, you can change it up. Let's say if you want only 7 days, go ahead, you can do that as well. When you put 7 days, meaning here when it hits day 7 and when your script is being run, then it's going to send out, right? Okay, over here, this whole thing, it's actually telling the code which row of data and which column. Is telling the code where to get the data from. So contract name is actually in the first column, so it's column A. So I stands for the row, and it's going to go through all the rows, but it's going to make sure it's going to stick to column A. Same thing for client name, column B, so over here, C, D, E, F, G, so then it continues as that. Then with reminder days, so it's going to tell you to skip if it's not a trigger day. So it's going to check whether it matches the reminder days that you have selected. If it's not, then it's going to skip. So continue is just going to skip to the next row and next row and next row. So it checks by rows. Then it's going to check the empty columns after column G, right? Because you're going to keep sending out reminder emails. So if it's empty, it's going to continue sending. But if it's full, like let's say until email 4 is full and you click run again, it's not going to send out the email again. So it's only going to send out 4 unless you create a new column and you're going to call it column like reminder email 5, then it's going to send out. Okay? But again, it's also depending on the trigger days over here. This one over here, it's going to say if there's no empty column, they're not going to log the timestamp, meaning no email that's going to be sent. Right. Then you're going to build your email that you're going to send out, right? So the subject of the email over here, you can change it So I just added a little clock emoji, and then if you want to link it to the column, so this part over here is going to be dynamic, meaning because you have already told the system, look at column F for the number of days left based on the row that you're referring to, then it's going to populate in your email. Then over here, everything in red is your text. And the same thing over here, I have the contract name as well, so it's going to refer to column A to populate that in. That's the email subject. Then you're going to the body of the email. So this is in HTML coding. So P stands for the next paragraph, and then again, I'm going to put a hi, client's name, going to tag it to column B. Then I'm going to write out my whole email. So this whole thing can be changed, up to you. Just make sure that if you want it to refer to the data from other columns, you have to link it. And before you can even link it, you have to make sure that you have to list it out at the start. All right? Once you're done, close it off, and you will use this mail app function to send out the email. Okay, no changes needed over here. Then after that, once the email has been sent out, it will log log a new timestamp on your new column that it has found. So now let's say I'm going to run the code again, meaning it's going to send out reminder 2, right? So I'm going to run it again. Then it's going to populate in. There you go. Now when I go back to my email, you can see a new email has been sent and say the same thing. And if I go back, another email has been sent as well to Eric, 10 days. So it's the same thing. Now, for example, this is -1, meaning your membership has passed, they're not going to send anything. If I'm going to change it to, let's say, today, meaning it's 0, right? Meaning it's still not going to send. I can do a test. The third email has been sent, but none of this has been populated because it's not part of my requirement, right? Because I only told them you're only required to send if it's 30 days, 10 days, 3 days, and 1 day. Now let me change it to 1 day. Oops. And let me trigger it again, right? So now the fourth email is going to be triggered out for the top 2, and now the first email is going to send out, and this is for Bob, right? So Bob's going to receive an email as well. So that's how this whole thing works. If, let's say, you're going to ask me, hey, how am I going to always come in here and constantly keep triggering the code, right? All you have to do is create a trigger by yourself. So go to this button over here and click triggers. So this is what I've created already. Let me delete it. So you shouldn't see anything, right? No triggers has been created for you. So if you want this code to keep triggering, let's say every day at a certain time, you can click add trigger. Okay, this is the function that you want it to run. So I named it as send contract reminders. Then you can just leave this as it is. And you're going to select the event source, meaning how do you want it to be triggered? I'm going to be triggering based on time. And I want it to be based on day, meaning every day I want this code to be triggered, let's say 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., meaning the emails that are supposed to be sent out is going to send between this time range. And then it's going to also tell me through email, Google will also send me an email if there's any failures, right? Then I'm going to click save. So once you save, a trigger will be created and you just let it do its thing. The next day, every day at 9 to 10 a.m., it's going to trigger the code and you will automatically see what time that email has been sent. You can even do a double check on your sent out inbox to just make sure it was sent out. That's all for today's tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and also comment down below any other tutorials you'd like me to do. Okay, bye-bye.